Let's come to our seated position towards the front of the chair, stacking the spine, closing the eyes and observing the breath. And be aware that each day when you come to your practice, you're going to feel slightly different. The quality of the night's sleep, perhaps, that you had the night before, the activities that you've done, and the things that you've got planned for the rest of the day. But setting aside all those things, set an intention to focus on your yoga practice for the next 60 minutes. To focus on the movement of the body, the movement of the breath, the coordination of the movement of the breath and the body. Focusing on finding that balance between ease and effort. Now to begin to move into that deeper breath, taking the lungs more deeply into the lower reaches of the lungs. Allowing the belly to expand with each inhale breath and contract with each exhale breath. Observing if the breath is moving freely today, or if it's constricted at any point during your cycle of inhale and exhale. Now stretching out your exhale breath and taking 4 rounds with an extended exhale. One final round, inhale, and stretch out your exhale. Take the arms to the side. Inhale, reach the hands overhead. And exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Reach up. Exhale, back to heart center. And finally, reach up. Let's hold the arms overhead. Lift the right leg. Lift the left leg. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. And right. And left. Exhale the hands to the sides. Just before we lift the arms again, check in that the spine is stacked one vertebrae on top of the next, and lift the arms overhead for 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Continue with the arms overhead. Stretch the right leg out towards me. Raise the right foot away from the floor for 1. Lower, 2, and just bounce. Don't touch the floor. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right leg comes in. Left leg comes out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back in and exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold all the way up. And return the hands to heart center. Let's take the arms back to the side, and we're going to make some nice big circles with the arms. So take the arms into a circle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back to center and go in the opposite direction for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come back to center. Take a nice deep inhale, sigh it out through the mouth. Come back to center, stack the spine, and exhale the right fingertips towards the floor. Inhale, come through center. Left fingertips reach towards the floor. Right, left, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. When we go down for number 7, bring the left arm over for 7, 7. Windmill, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, 11, 11, and 12, and 12. Come back to center. Both arms come overhead. Interlace the fingers and press the palms towards the ceiling. Take the arms down, reach behind the head, and bring the fingertips to the back of the shoulder blades. So fingertips on the back of the shoulder blades. Let's interlace the fingers behind the head, draw the elbows into center, and open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come on to the top of the shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Open the arms to cactus. Bring them together. Open and down for 1. Together. Open and down for 2. Together. Open. Down for 3. Together. Open. Down for 4. Together. Open. Down for 5. And together. Open. Down for 6. Come back to center. Lower the elbows to the lower ribs. And let's extend the hands out towards me, reach out towards me. And we're going to draw the hands back towards the lower ribs, make a fist, and have a sharp exhale through the mouth. Inhale. 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 Inhale for 5. Inhale for 6. Take the arms back down to the side. Reach the left hand to the right thigh. Bring the right hand behind the back and twist right. Breathe here as we twist towards our right side. Taking care of the spine if you have any issues with bone density. Inhale here. Exhale, come through center. Left hand comes to the outside of the left thigh and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale, come back to center. Coming back to center, we're going to do some cat-cow moves now. Inhale, raise the sternum, arch the spine forward, and exhale, gently round the spine back towards the chair. Inhale, come up for 2. Exhale, back for 2. Inhale, come up for 3. Exhale. 4. 4. 5. 5. And 6. And 6. Come back to a neutral spine, keeping the elbows glued into the lower ribs. You might walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance. And we're going to fold the upper body over the lower body. And then we're going to use the strength of the arms to press us back up. So try and relax the core muscles, relax the back muscles, and just rely on the triceps, these muscles, to lift the body back up from the forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. And use the strength of the arms to press you back up to vertical for 1. Exhale, forward for 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. Remember, use the strength of the arms. 5. And 6. And 6. Come back to center. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up partway. Exhale, fold back over the legs. Inhale, bring the arms up. They meet overhead. And exhale the hands back to heart center. Stretch the right foot out towards me. Press the heel into the floor. Reach around and check the muscles behind the hamstring muscles. See if they're tense, if they're firmed up as you use the hamstrings to press the heel into the floor. Inhale here and exhale, fold out over the legs. The hands can be supporting you on the chair. They can come onto the opposite, just above the opposite knee. Or if the back can stay straight and long, you can reach the fingertips to the floor. Inhale, Come all the way up. Draw the right foot in. Extend the left foot out towards me. Lengthen the back. Fold forward, either holding onto the chair, coming onto the opposite thigh just above the knee, or stretching the hands to the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. Return the hands to heart center. Interlace the fingers. Take the fingers around the right knee. Flex and point the toes of that right foot and circle the foot in one direction and in the opposite direction. Clasp behind the thigh. Lift and lower the right leg for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. From here, take the right ankle onto the left thigh, just above the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And let that right knee gently relax towards the floor. Flex the toes in towards the shin, lengthen the spine, and fold any amount over the bent leg. Remember, the foot can be, if this is too difficult to get the ankle onto the opposite thigh, the foot can be resting, the sole of the foot can be resting on the opposite the inner edge of the opposite foot. Lengthen. Come back. And perhaps gently twist towards your right side, the knees, the ankle on the knee. Exhale. And just while we have the foot here, if you can reach the foot, just knead the bottom of the foot. Give it a bit of a gentle massage, waking up the toe bases, the arch, the heel. You can just, as we've done sometimes with the fingers, you can just pull and wiggle each of the toes. Stretch that out. And release the right foot onto the floor. Walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance and let the knees come into the center. Moving the hip, the head of the hip in the hip joint as we rotate the legs inward towards the center line of the body. Walk back to center. Interlace the fingers in the non-dominant grip and draw the opposite knee towards the left knee towards the left shoulder. Flex and point. Circle in one direction and circle in the opposite direction. Release the ankle onto the opposite thigh or to the inner edge of the foot. Let that knee relax, lengthen the back, fold any amount over the leg. Perhaps give a little gentle massage to the base of the foot. And let's release the left foot onto the floor. And again, take the knees slightly wider than hip distance and let them just sway in on one another. And come back to center. Take a look down at the feet, and we'll do our inchworm work. So starting with the right foot, Curl the toes and pull the heel forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Push in and go back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now that foot's all warmed up. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's come over to the left foot now. Curl the toes in. Grip the floor with the toes and pull the heel forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And dig the toes in and push back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Final one. Pull forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And go back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Tap the right toes for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Left toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Heel toe, right, heel toe, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And come back to seated. Find your seated mountain pose. Let's take a nice deep full breath in and sigh it out through the mouth. Turn sideways on your chair and try and bring the right knee below the right hip. And try and bring everything into a nice straight line. Knee, hip, shoulder, ear, arm. Now, see if we can stretch that right leg. Work that right leg towards straight. It may not go to straight today, and it may go a little further than it did the last time you did this work. We're working now on stretching the hip flexors and the muscles right in that groin area, the front right groin. Now, to intensify that stretch, draw the pubic bone up towards the navel, taking the tailbone down towards the seat of the chair. Lift the outside arm, lift the inside arm. Remember, this is optional. Breathe here. Let that right heel drop. Come on to left elbow comes to left knee as we stretch the arm overhead. Come down, come back up. Let's come into a warrior two, supported on the chair. And then drop the arms and bring that back leg in. Come back to center. And just let the knees sway from side to side. Release any tension built up through that pose. And now let's flip the body. So opposite thigh rests on the chair. Knee comes below the hip. Perhaps we can raise one arm. Perhaps we can raise both arms. Or let's slide that leg back and again work that leg towards straight. You may notice it's different on this side than the other side. More constricted here or less. Drop the elbow, the knee, and stretch out. Heel comes down. Come back up to warrior two. Release. And let's pull that leg in and come back to center. Let the hips sway from side to side. Or knees, I'm sorry. Take the feet into a small V, not maximum. Bring the arms up to our cactus pose. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and in towards center. Twist the body slightly towards the right side, and the left elbow comes to the left knee and reach the arm across. Inhale, come back up to center. Twist slightly towards the left. Drop the elbow and reach across. Inhale, come back up to center. And let's take both hands to the knees and fold into the center of the V. Hands can stay on the thighs or come to the floor. Inhale, come all the way up. Our hands meet overhead. And draw the hands back to heart center. Now, let's stretch that right leg out towards the side, sort of angle it out towards the side. Press the heel into the floor. Bring that right hand to the inside of the right thigh. Twist the body slightly left and slide down. And you can support the hand on the back of the chair or open it overhead. Breathe here. Inhale, come up to center. Stretch the left leg out. Left hand comes inside the left thigh and reach down. Hand can stay on the back of the chair or reach overhead. Inhale, come back up to center. Reach the arms overhead and fold into the center of the V. Inhale, rise up all the way. Arms come overhead and walk the feet back to center. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come up part way. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Right foot goes forward, left foot slides back and fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Feet and hands meet at the center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, feet and hands meet at the center. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, come up part way. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And return the hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise part way. Exhale, fold. all the way up. Right forward, left back, fold over the legs. All the way up. Feet and hands meet at center. Left forward, right back. Fold over the legs. Come all the way up. Fold over the legs. Rise halfway. Fold all the way up. And return to heart center. One more time through this flow. Inhale. Exhale. Rise halfway. Exhale. All the way up. Left or right forward, or left forward, right back. Come all the way up. Feet and hands meet at the center. And opposite leg forward. Come back to center. Fold over the legs. Rise part way up. Fold. And come all the way up. And return the hands to heart center. Take one full round of the breath here. So let's move to standing, but grab a drink before we move up to standing. Coming to standing, facing the back of your chair. And just take a minute to find your standing mountain pose behind the chair. Standing facing the chair, standing mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Bring the attention to the base of the big toe, the base of the little toe, and the center of the heel. And think of each of those points contacting the floor and providing that strong support for your standing work. Supporting yourself on the back of the chair or using as little or as much support as you need. Let's come up onto the toes and control the descent of the heels to the floor for 1. Come up for 2. Down for 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. 6. And 6. Bring the big toes to touch, the heels about 1 inch apart. And let's rise up for 1. Come down for 1. 2. 2. 3. 3. 4. 4. 5. 5. And 6. And 6. Now, keep the big toes touching. Try to take the heels wide. And come up for 1. 1. 2. 2. 3. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Now, heels touch, toes apart. Raise the heels for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6, and 6. Let's let's back the feet away from the chair and come into our L shape. Feet are parallel, hip distance, or perhaps you can even take the feet slightly wider out to the edge of your mat. Stretch the body out, firm up the core, bend the knees slightly, draw the hips back, and reach the head forward. Stretching out the back. Let's turn the right toes out, step the left foot in towards the chair. Inhale here. You can either support with the back of the chair, bring the hands to the hips, and exhale, take that right knee in towards the chair, tracking the right knee towards the little toe side of your foot and straighten. Try and activate the core muscles here to draw the tailbone down and contain the front body as we go forward for 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. We can raise the arms on 5, 5, and we're going to hold on 6 for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back, support yourself with on the back of the chair. Step that back foot in maybe a foot or 2. Angle it a bit more towards the center line of the body. And we're now going to go to pyramid pose. So you can either support yourself on the chair or reach, grasp forearms or wrists or elbows behind the back and fold over the chair. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, fold over the chair. Inhale, come up. And exhale, we're going to fold over the chair and hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Step both feet together. Come to standing mountain pose. Let's take 2 more breaths in standing mountain. And now step that left foot back, angle it. Bring the hands to the hips or the back of the chair. Bend the knee in for 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, and 6. Straighten the legs, lower the arms, step that back foot in about a foot or so. Square the hips towards the back of the chair. Either support yourself on the chair. You can take the hands to the seat or interlace or grab opposite elbows, maybe trying to reverse the grip of the elbows and fold over the chair for 1, 2, 2, and 3, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. Step the feet together, hands to the chair, back the feet away, and come to our chair down dog. Knees bent, core strong, hips back, head forward. Hands pressing into the back of the chair, shoulder blades gliding towards the waist. Walk the feet in towards the chair. And let's step the left foot towards the chair and take that right foot into a nice wide stance, as wide as you can, but still feeling comfortable and stable. Bend the left knee in towards the chair. Raise the arms for warrior 2. Bend the chair side elbow. Bring the chair side elbow to the back of the chair. Or if you can, come onto the knee, open up, and maybe reach the hand across. Turn towards the chair, come back up, turn both feet parallel, heel toe the feet into center. Let's come to standing beside our chair. So before we do our, we're going to move, I'll move my chair to do the warrior poses on the other side, but we'll do our tree pose on this side before we move the chair. So just coming, putting the support, grounding the chair side foot, raise the ankle, take it to the calf, or to the ankle, the calf, or onto the inner thigh. Bring the hands to heart center. Find a focal point that's not going to move. Open the arms. Draw the hands back to heart center and just shake things out. Let's move to the opposite side. Let's step that left foot or right foot now into the chair, other foot back. Bend the knee in towards the chair. Raise the arms. Look out over the middle finger. Elbow to chair. Reach across. Inhale, come back up. Turn both feet parallel. And let's fold towards the floor. If you have your blocks, you might use your blocks or come right down to the floor. Lengthen the spine. Lift the inner line of the legs. Turn the upper thigh slightly inward to help you fold more deeply. Let's inhale, come all the way up. Heel toe the feet back into center. and come to standing beside your chair. Pour the weight into the chair side foot. Lift the heel. Either stay here, bring the heel to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh. Hands together. Open the branches of our tree. Let's soak up that sun. Hands come back together. And just move a bit before we come back to our chair. Let's come back to our chair and grab another drink. And just have anything that you're going to need to add for final relaxation. Have those things handy. Let's come back to our seated mountain pose. Find the breath again. Just take a moment to calm the breath. If it's happened to, with the effort of our standing work, if it's speeded up or done anything, just use a moment, take a moment to calm the breath. And then use the next inhale breath to raise the arms overhead. Walk the feet into, again, that small V and fold over the legs, either hands to the thigh or coming to the floor. When this time using this forward fold is a bit of a cool down, a bit of a way to slow down and prepare our body for final relaxation. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring the hands back to heart center. Walk the feet back to center. Interlace the fingers, draw the right knee towards the right shoulder. And now let's take the hands around the right knee and circle it in one direction, and then circle it in the opposite direction. Release the right leg onto the floor. Reverse the interlace of the fingers and draw the left knee towards the left shoulder. Flex and point the toes. Circle in one direction. Circle in the opposite direction. Hands to the knee and circle the knee. First one way, and then in the opposite direction. Release the left foot to the floor. Take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh and twist towards the right side. Inhale, lift the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand to outside of left thigh and twist in the opposite direction. Inhale, exhale, come back to center. Walk the feet slightly wider than hip distance and let both knees sway to the right. Inhale, sway to the left. Come through center and hold right. Come through center and hold left. Come back to center and now prepare yourself for final relaxation. So you can add any clothing or any props that you feel. anything that's necessary to stay comfortable during the next period of final relaxation. Allow yourself, take a drink. Take a few moments to become as comfortable as you can be on your chair. And should you want to lay down on the floor and put your feet up on the chair, you're more than welcome to do that. Coming onto your chair, close the eyes. Relax the control of the breath. Letting the breath become as smooth and even as you can make it. But also let the breath become effortless. And for the first few moments of our final relaxation practice, feel free to do any shifts, any adjustments, anything you need to improve your comfort, even a small amount. Bring your attention to the feet, to the toes, to the arches of the feet and the heels. Allow the feet, the toes, the arches of the feet, and the heels to completely relax. Breathe. The feet, the toes, the arches of the feet, and the heels are completely relaxed. Taking the next step in our journey of relaxation, bring the attention, the calves, to the shins, to the knees, to the kneecaps, to the quads, the hamstrings, and the thighs. Allow the calves, the shins, the knees, the kneecaps, the quads, the hamstrings, and the thighs to completely relax. Breathe. The calves, the shins, the knees, the kneecaps, the quads, the hamstrings, and the thighs are completely relaxed. Next, draw your attention to the hips, to the glutes, to the sacrum, to the pelvis, the pelvic floor, and the lower belly. Allow the hips, the glutes, the sacrum, the pelvis, the pelvic floor, and the lower belly to completely relax. Breathe. The hips, the glutes, the sacrum, the pelvis, the pelvic floor, and the lower belly are completely relaxed. We next bring our attention to the back, to the ribs, to the spine, to the lumbar spine, and the thoracic spine. Allow the back, the ribs, the spine, the lumbar spine, and the thoracic spine to completely relax. Breathe. The back, the ribs, the spine, the lumbar spine, and the thoracic spine are completely relaxed. Our attention now comes to the arms, to the upper arms, to the elbows, to the lower arms, the wrists, and the hands. Allow the arms, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the wrists, and the hands to completely relax. Breathe. The arms, the upper arms, the elbows, the lower arms, the wrists, and the hands are completely relaxed. Our journey continues as we focus on the shoulders, the collarbones, the shoulder blades, and the neck. Allow the shoulders, the collarbones, the shoulder blades, and the neck to completely relax. Breathe. The shoulders, the shoulder blades, the collarbones, and the neck are completely relaxed. We now bring our focus to the head and the face. Allow the head and face to completely relax. Breathe. The head and the face are completely relaxed. We next come to the chin, the throat, the chest, the heart, and the internal organs. Allow the chin, the throat, the chest, the heart, and the internal organs to completely relax. Breathe. The chin, the throat, the chest, the heart, and the internal organs are completely relaxed. Encompassing now the whole body with our mind's eye, allow the whole body to completely relax. Breathe. The whole body is completely relaxed. Bringing movement back to the body, move the fingers, move the toes, circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Slide back towards the front of your chair. Take the arms to the side, raise them overhead. Draw them back to heart center. And thank yourself for making time for this practice. Thank you for sharing your energy with each other during the practice. And thank you so much for the honor of guiding you through the spring session of our online yoga class. Looking forward to seeing you in July. Namaste.